Warning, this podcast is so cheeky it could make a flamingo blush. Listener discretion is advised. And your episode begins in 3, 2, 1. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to the Lusty Library.
I love when you do your little head shake like, wee. You're so cute.
I didn't even realize I'd do it.
You do, and it's very cute. Yeah, don't overthink it.
Okay. Someday when we do live version, people can see the head shake.
And the hand gestures and the dancing.
So much hand gestures.
And the red faces.
Hey, come on. This one's keeping us warm today.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'm more just thinking about when I say really embarrassing things about myself.
Oh. Well, I can't wait to hear what y'all are going to think for this one.
Woo, she's a doozy.
All right, we got so much to talk about today, and I have brought my two besties here to help me do this. Sitting to my right is the grand dame, the person who put all this together, Miss Joey.
I'm wearing my crown today, so kiss my feet, people. Kiss my feet.
Whoa, is that where we are today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good girl. Little praise king for you.
Huh?
Oh, my goodness. And then the person who helps me go through all the words, who understands what it's like to have too many things repeat or the vocabulary isn't there, is my word bird, Birdie.
Word
bird.
Yes.
Because bird is the word?
Oh,
look at that.
That's good.
Mhm.
Oh, that's good. I like word bird.
So if this is your first time joining us, welcome. Just to let you know what we do here, we pick a spicy romance book that we have not read before. We get together, we read it, we have some cocktails, and then, well, they start yelling at each other. I generally chuckle and laugh and kind of interject a thing here or there, but I kind of just love watching the show. For those of you who have been sticking it out with us the whole time, thank you. And hopefully you like this one because, man, I can't wait to talk about this book.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
There's so much to talk about.
So much.
Joey has the most vindictive laugh with this book.
Little maniacal laugh.
Oh, jeez.
I do love a good why choose, also known as a reverse harem. Why? Because, come on. If you like something, give it to me times 3.
Oh, that's so you. Oh, my God. As I sit and look at your collections of things around the house.
All right, to be fair, it's not all my fault. I have a good enabler.
No, you just found the perfect fit.
Huh.
Oh.
Ba-da-ching.
That's the name of the book.
What is it, really?
It is.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, so let's jump into this. So we are going to be talking about The Perfect Fit by Sadie Kincaid. Before that, we want to do the responsible thing. The Perfect Fit is a dark why choose, MMFM romance. Content warning, CNC, consent, non-consent, if you don't know what that is, knife play, blood play, primal play. There's also going to be a little warning here. There's some incest and rape. Pay attention to those trigger warnings. And let me give you a little summary. 1 wannabe writer from Brooklyn. 3 insanely hot billionaires. 1 very indecent proposal. West Archer, Ezekiel Kavanaugh, and Xander King, a.k.a. the Unholy Trinity. Ruthless, ambitious, intimidating. With dark tastes and even darker desires. They've been searching for the perfect woman to fit into their unique lifestyle for over a decade. But despite their best efforts, none have made it past 3 months. Believing they are destined to never find one, they swear to stop looking. Until they meet Lily. There's something about Lily Sloan, something that captivates all 3 of them. For the first time ever, it seems like they may have truly found the perfect fit. But as we all know, there is such a thing as too good to be true. Lily Sloan isn't the penniless girl from Brooklyn that they think she is. And with a past full of secrets and lies that she's trying to escape, the unholy trinity may have bitten off more than they can chew. When trust is broken, is there any way back? I think that pretty much sums up the book.
That was a great summary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, of course, the first thing I want to be is like, hey, Birdie, I picked another white shoes.
And again, I think I've found a scenario where I'm like, okay, all right. Is it very unique? Yes. But I think anybody's relationship is unique.
I think this why choose is 75 levels different than the why choose we did last season.
Absolutely.
So this is the type of why choose I have previously read before and was imagining the other one was going to be. But it was not. This is so much dirtier. So first off, who read the dedication in this book?
It wasn't in the audiobook, so I guess
No,
I
it's
didn't
not
read
in
it.
the audiobook. It's in the actual book or the Kindle ebook.
Okay.
I chuckled and laughed to the point where I had to add this dedication to my notes. So, Miss Sadie Kincaid, you are a rock star. This is her dedication in this book. For anyone who has ever been told they couldn't have it all, you absolutely can. And if that includes wanting to be railed by 3 insanely hot men who know how to use all their appendages, then you're definitely in the right place. Beautiful.
I forgot all about
Oh, that was just first thing in my notes, bold, highlighted, italic, 22-point Helvetica font. I was like, this is so important. That was a great dedication.
Because that's what it's all about.
Yes.
For me, at least.
Yes.
Like, why do I keep coming back to these?
Absolutely.
It's all about, like, I can have it all. A main character can have it all. You can have it all. Why not?
Yeah.
And the idea that everybody is still satisfied at the end. It's not coming at the expense of somebody else. That's the big one. That's where the good part of the fantasy is. So the first thing I'm going to say is, everybody, leave your brains at the door.
Yeah.
This is just meant to be fun. This is the equivalent of a popcorn movie. Like, your Fast and Furiouses, you're just like, don't think about the physics of it.
There's no physics in this book.
Here's the funny part, because I have a tendency to disagree on this. The North Star for this is the sax. The story actually had some tooth.
Yes, but I'm just saying, like, in Fast and Furious, like Lexx mentions, the cars, they go flying off these cliffs for preposterous lengths. And in this book, she meets 3 guys who are billionaires, and then in a matter of a day, they're all like, I love you. I love you. And that's where I'm like, the physics is non-existent
seriously,
here.
a day, it was more like 14 and a half hours.
Exactly.
And they were professing their love to each other.
Yes.
But not using the L word.
No.
Well, this is what I was saying. This is take what you like and times it times 3. And I'm
Yes.
not just saying that because there's 3 male leads. I'm saying it because, like, hey, do you want to read a billionaire romance? Here you go. Do you want some mafia kink? Here you go. Do you need a white shoes? Oh, we got that in there too.
Yep.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit of everything.
The amount of times that I felt like I needed to roll my eyes and my lack of ability to put my eyeballs excruciatingly far back into my head, I didn't have the amount of energy or the physicality to do what I needed to do, and it really bothered me. I needed to roll my eyes so hard for this book. I was like,
Oh,
they're
wow.
already professing their love to each other. Oh.
Joey looks like she's going to take her earrings off right
Wait a minute.
now.
The earrings are coming out. The hair's going into a ponytail, and I'm getting a fucking tub of Vaseline. Back the pony up, okay? Because we read other books last season, and you two were all on board with the insta-love. But in this particular situation, the insta-love just doesn't work for you. Well, it doesn't work for me as a generalization. So I'm always rolling my eyes, but all of a sudden you are. It's funny what hair gets up your ass and what other one falls down the fucking drain. I don't get it. I think it all stems from us being different types of readers, just like we're different types of movie watchers. Quick story. Moons ago, well, pretend like it was a week ago, I went to see a movie with Lexx, her husband, and a close friend that they had. Now, I am someone who is an entertainment reader and an entertainment watcher. I'm all about the entertainment value of it and what I get out of it. I liked the movie. We're driving 20 minutes back in the car. By the time I stopped listening to them speak about the movie, I wasn't sure if I fucking liked it anymore. They dissected the motherfucking ever-loving shit out of it. And I was like, maybe I didn't like it. Okay, never mind. I won't go see that again.
Let's fucking go.
I'm still into the lightning bolt, as I always like to call it. Like, I believe in love at first sight. That's fine. Bertie, you're not feeling it in this one? That's A-okay.
But it was the levels of everything that made me roll my eyes. So, okay, we have our 3 beautiful executives. Guess what? They do everything together. They also live together. I was like, oh my God, they live together.
Okay, let's get this out right away. They're all in a relationship together. So this isn't just a why choose of female lead gets all 3 men.
Right.
The men are all in love with each other too. So I get my MM.
Yes.
And in this case, I get my MMM.
Yes.
I'm just like, I'm happy.
It is a trauma bonding situation with the 3 of them. That they were there at their lowest points in their life and they all came up together. So they clearly state in the book, except for Xander, that they're not gay. They're in love with this particular person. And it's about the experience that they've had together, all coming out of foster care. They were a group. They became a chosen family. And that's where the love came from that.
They're actually really cute together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And super hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love their dynamic.
Yeah.
So, okay, we got Xander, who comes off as the youngest. I believe he is the youngest.
Yeah.
And he's the brat. And he also, men, women, doesn't matter. He loves who he loves. He's into who he's into. Dick, pussy, he likes it. We got Ezekiel, who's got the deepest, darkest past, the one that's the most emotionally tortured.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And when they tried to have relationships with a fourth party before, usually a woman.
22 of them, to be exact.
Yes.
Oh, is that how many? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning of the book, number 22 went out the door. And because Zeke freaked her out, because Zeke's into some freaky stuff, in his opinion. And then you got West, who's the eldest, trying to hold it all together. Very buttoned up, very in control.
Classic Dom.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you guys have a favorite? Or is it the whole group?
Oh, wow. Shit. Joey.
I don't think I had a favorite. I think I liked each one for a component that they brought. It makes sense. Like, to be a female in this particular reverse harem situation, each one of them brings her a different component so that altogether, she's getting completely satisfied on all damn levels.
I think for me, if I was going to have to choose one, it would probably be West.
Okay.
You can see that.
Yeah.
He's very dominant, but he's also very loving. He gives off that executive energy, and he also helps in the kitchen.
He makes some mean lamb and potatoes.
Oh, you're Chef King.
Yeah.
Also, they really, of all the hundreds and hundreds of pages of sex that we read in this book, nobody fucked in the kitchen. There was this moment where she was describing 2 of them being really cute together and cooking, and I was like,
it was West and Zeke.
So hot together, being like cute and like whispering and squeezing each other's butts and stuff. And I was like, oh, come on, Xander, just fuck her right here at the counter. Like, watch them cook and just fuck her at the counter. This is going to be fun. And then it didn't happen.
Don't fuck in my kitchen.
What?
I think it was a little too early in the book, and she was just learning about the dynamic.
But let me ask you, did we like Lily? I mean, I liked Lily.
Yeah.
I like Lily.
Yeah.
I thought she was whip smart. She had been a bit hardened with everything she had gone through, but she so spoke her mind. She was like, nah, especially when things were getting tumultuous in the relationship. I love how she's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I don't care. You can apologize all you want. You did wrong. Get the fuck away from me and leave me the hell alone. I was like, girl, stand on those 2 feet of yours and walk the fuck away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she could have bought anything in the world for herself or finagled anything in the world, but she
Oh, yeah.
didn't. She worked her ass off for
Yes.
everything that she got. She worked her way from the ground up in every place that she did well. I mean, third in her class in Columbia.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't fake that. She got all of her jobs on her own. Yeah, I really respected her. The only thing that I just found to be so preposterous was just that nobody has a sex drive that's that active.
No, I've met them.
Yeah.
I've met them.
Where are they?
They're there. There are
Yep.
just some people who are insanely
That's
off
how they're
the charts.
wired. Yep.
Where's mine?
Listen, even though Sadie Kincaid told you could have it all, sometimes you just can't have it all.
God damn it.
You gotta sometimes give a little to get a little. There are things that your partner may have that someone with an insane sex drive does not. There are unicorns in this world. I haven't
Fine.
met any. There's few and far between for me. But they're there. I promise.
Fine. Anyhow.
I hear ginkgo biloba works really good. No, I'm just kidding. I know it's the only herb I could think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, so we've got Lily, okay, little background. We meet her. She is a bike messenger. She's delivering important papers to the WXZ building, which, da-da-da, it's the Unholy Trinity's building.
West, Xander, Zeke,
Zeke.
WXZ.
You got it.
Just in case anybody wanted to know.
Or missed it in the 85,000 times
Right.
it's listed in this book.
I have a confession I didn't realize until the very end of the
Oh,
book.
you're kidding me.
You're adorable.
I am not.
You're kidding me, miss. I care about fucking words. You
I-
didn't get that connection.
I just
very
didn't.
distracted by the multiple dicks. Come on.
Yes, I was distracted.
Which can be distracting, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Sorry, carry on.
So she comes to deliver papers. Hey, Mr. Archer needs to sign these, who is the top exec here. Of course, the secretary doesn't want to let her through, and this very hot guy comes up and is like, I can sign those for him. And she's like, what part of his signature do you not understand? I need him to sign these. So hot guy brings her up to Mr. Archer. She can barely talk to hot guy because he's so hot. She gets up, she meets a Mr. Archer, who's also hot, but she's worried that he might recognize her.
Dun, dun, dun.
Here's
Yep.
the little seedling for what comes up later. Okay, doing good. In the middle of our lovely, fluffy brain candy, there's still some plot points being put in. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes, she's left the papers, and Xander's like, you were totally looking at that ass. Mr. West Archer does not want to admit it. And I love it when Xander like leans over and grabs his jaw and he's like, yeah, I can tell. And you get that little taste of like,
Mm-hmm.
Something's going on up in here.
they bump.
Yep.
It's good.
Yep.
So she's going downstairs. She's getting to leave on Betty, her bike that she's been talking to this whole time, her good stalwart friend, and plows into big mountain muscle of a man.
Big mountain muscle of a man has tattoos that she can see coming up from the neckline of his pristine suit, all the way down his hands. Big burly man.
Oh my God. Sorry. Tattoos sticking out of a fucking well-tailored suit.
Suit so hot.
Wow.
So hot. She almost knocks him over. She does ass down on the floor. He helps her up. There's a little tit for tat there. He's like, who could this be? We find out later, this is Zeke. So now all three have seen hot messenger bike girl. By the way, she had been biking all day. It was her last stop. It had been raining, so she looked like shit.
A drown rat.
Love it.
And they
I
still
love
thought
it.
she was hot. I love that shit.
Love it. Yep.
Lily goes home. She's living on her friend's couch because she's trying to save up money for her own apartment. And the friend comes home and is so excited because you'll never guess what she got free tickets to.
Ugh, it made me sick to think about going to a club and getting all dressed up to go drink champagne. Barf. But I do love her friend.
And the name of the club is Marché de Viande.
I'm glad you said it because my French sucks.
And what does that mean?
In French, it means meat market.
I loved that
That was just beautifully
so
done.
much.
Oh, shit.
Uh-huh.
And it's in the meatpacking district, isn't it? In New York.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, fuck. That's really smart.
Mhm.
Sadie?
So friend Jen talks her into going out even though all she wanted to do was stay home and eat dumplings in her pajamas.
So she's a broke Brooklyn bitch.
But she's also our girl. She's our people.
Yeah, she is.
She's completely our people.
She's
Yeah.
so cute. I love her.
They go to the club. She's dressed up, all hot. Pan to the guys who they're in the middle of a big merger. Everybody's all stressed about the big merger because they're in charge of one of the biggest media groups and they're merging with another one. Wes is all stressed out. Zeke's all stressed out. Xander's like, let's go get some pussy. Look, we just need to blow off some steam. Let's go. He convinces them to go to where? Their club. Say it again for me because the French is so good.
Marché de Viande.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you, Joey.
Durian.
Zeke is not interested in anybody because his tastes run dark and he's like, nobody can keep up with me. What the fuck? Whatever. You know, maybe I'll get drunk and get Wes drunk and we can have some fun. Xander's all about like, I'm blowing off steam. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
And West is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
So at the club, who does Zeke see from his private balcony?
Lily, the bike messenger, looking hot.
He's watching that beautiful ass in a red dress, and what happens?
All of a sudden, he sees a guy grab Lily's ass. She turns around and she fucking jacks the guy.
Well, for 2.3 seconds, he's like, oh, she's with somebody.
Uh-huh.
And then sees her turn around and deck the guy.
And she actually takes him out cold.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cold cocks
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Yep.
She's going to get kicked out of the club.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Bouncer comes over. Ma'am, sorry, we got to have you leave. She's like, he was being inappropriate, blah, blah, blah. Bouncer's like, doesn't matter, ma'am. Hands go on her arms, and all he hears, deep, gravelly voice. Take your hands off her.
Meow, meow, meow.
Meow, meow, meow. There's Zeke. Okay, sir. So he's like, get that piece of shit out of here.
Sorry, Mr. Kavanaugh.
Ooh.
As everybody's like, powerful man, King Kincaid.
Yeah.
That's mine right there.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Zeke brings her up to the private balcony with the friend because, you know, got to take the friend with. And the friend is locked onto Zeke. And Lily thinks, too, that Zeke's interested in Jen because everybody's always interested in Jen.
Nope.
So West leans over to Xander quietly in his ear and says, get rid of the friend. So Xander goes to Troy.
But I really liked the way they were like, okay, you know, Mr. Security Guy, we're going to pay you and you're going to go take this girl off our hands so we don't have to deal with her friend.
Yeah.
So go take the friend out, be whoever you want for the night, spend all the money in the world for all we fucking care. Go have fun.
Be a gentleman.
Be a gentleman.
Unless she doesn't want you to be.
Mm-hmm. I loved it.
Yeah.
I felt a little bit bad for Jen at first, and then I didn't.
I think it all worked out at the end.
It
It's just
worked out.
So after Jen's gone, they spend all night in the booth together, getting to know her, and like they're clicking. So they invite her to dinner the next night. And she's like a date? And they're like, no, like dinner. And she's like, with all of you? And they're like, that's what have dinner with us means. And so they get her home safe. Xander's goes out, walks her to the door, gets her in because she's fumbling with her keys because of all the champagne. And she wants him to come in. And he's trying to be such a gentleman, which works out until she kisses him. And then hot kiss.
Who would you cast as Xander?
Oh, they talk about that. They said he's like the love child of Chris Hemsworth and
Scarlett
Johansson or Ryan Gosling's younger, hotter brother.
Oh, did they say that? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How did I miss that? Okay.
Yeah. Fast forward to the next night and she goes to dinner.
Oh, so good. I was shocked by how much I loved them as a throuple once I started to learn about the dynamic. I did not expect to fall in love with 3 billionaire executives. I was like, there's no way they can possibly make these characters somebody that I can get on board with. I was wrong. They're very sweet.
They're very sweet.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about them all together is they're sweet all together.
They're very cute together.
They're very
and also
cute.
very hot together.
So I'm not going to go like step by step the whole book. Just understand she comes to dinner the next night. They make a proposal. Give us 3 months. Live here with us. See where it goes. Understand in the 3 months that you will be here, we are going to fuck you a lot. And she makes a point to say like, all right, does this just mean I'm going to be giving out blowjobs for 3 months straight? Because like, I don't have the time for that. That sounds exhausting. No. And they're very much like, oh, no. You will be getting 3 times your investment or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Right.
okay, yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also like that she was like, well, but what if the chemistry just isn't there? I'm not ready to sign up for 3 months. I would like a trial, basically.
Yeah.
She's like, I'd like to understand what I'm getting myself into for 3 months. Smart lady. She's smart.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, do we want to have our sexy stud read about the compatibility?
Ooh, so early? So
Yes.
early?
This book, I'm dying for it. Give it to me now.
Okay.
Molten heat sears between my thighs and coils deep into my core, making me gasp. Without any further thought, I wrap my arms around his neck and pull him to me, sealing my lips over his. He groans, his hand sliding to my ass and yanking me forward. Our bodies so close that his hard cock pushes into my stomach. God, he's huge. I curl my fingers in his thick hair, and he slides his tongue against mine, possessive and dominating as he takes control. My head spins, my pussy throbs. I shut my eyes and lose myself in the delicious pleasure of his kiss. It's incredible. He tastes of scotch and fire and fresh air, and I want more. But all too soon he pulls back, leaving me breathless and needy.
Ooh, girl. Whew.
Oh, so good. But guys, come on. There's so much more. And why just one sexy stud?
What? Are you breaking the mold? We're
I'm-
going to have more than one sexy stud?
Because why choose?
Oh, here we go again.
I got one more for you.
Let me get clean panties.
Here's the tissues. Here we go.
West grabs my hips, fingertips digging into my skin as he positions the tip of his cock at my dripping entrance. He inches inside, and my moan is muffled around Xander's cock. He fills me, his girth stretching me and making my pussy burn. Fuck, Lily. I'm barely inside you, and my cock's already ready to explode. West pushes deeper, and my mouth goes slack as I lose the ability to form a single rational thought. So fucking tight, princess. Each word West speaks is punctuated with a grunt. You need a little help, shorty? Xander asks. I merely moan my agreement, and Xander grips the back of my head with both hands and rocks upward, fucking my throat while West sinks all the way inside me. His cock fills every inch of my pussy. He bottoms out, his hips slamming against my ass. Stars pepper my vision. My inner walls flutter and ripple around him, and wetness drips down my thighs. With my heart racing, I hear nothing but the sound of my blood thundering in my ears.
That was hot.
So,
This is probably the most male we've gotten in a long time in our books. And it's way more in depth.
Birdie, Lexx and I have read this shit before.
Yeah,
we like this.
I know.
You have not.
I know.
Gotta know. Scale of 1 to 10. These multiple partner scenes.
Okay.
Some of it includes male on male.
10.
Yes. It's fucking hot.
It was hot as
hot
shit.
as shit.
But also because of the power dynamic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for me, that gets me every time. And because specifically in that scene where West is a top. He is an executive. He is ultimate top daddy.
Yeah.
He is sir. He is power. And to envision the kind of power that you have over someone like that to get them to bottom for you.
Yeah.
Knowing that it doesn't happen all the time, but it's happening in this moment. Ooh.
And he only does it for Zeke.
Hot as shit. I know Lexx loves reverse harem. I've been in the wide shoes realm lately. I don't know what it is. I'm like, give me tons of hot men. I want to hear about multiple partner scenes. That's what I'm feeling lately.
Sure.
And when I had seen this book and I'm like, oh, Lexx, I think you need to do this at some point in your rotation. I'm like, we're gonna blow Birdie's mind. Because I know you've never been experienced to this. And I will tell you, the first time I read a multiple partner scene, I'd seen it in porn. But the first time I read it on paper, I was like, wow, it's a little warm in here. Turn on the AC.
Yeah.
It was thoroughly enjoyable. I just couldn't imagine what your outcome was going to be.
So is it just me, or is it hotter when you read it on the page than when you see it?
Way hotter on the page.
Yeah.
I guess it's just a book person thing. If you are the kind of person that prefers to read a book than see the movie, or if you see a movie and you're like, ugh, the book is so much better, like I'm always that guy. I've only ever seen one movie that I was like, wow, I actually think the movie was better than the book. Like that never happens for me. So absolutely. I think that I don't think I would ever go for this as porn. It's all about the power dynamic, the dynamic between them, the story leading up to it, knowing about their characters. It's way more than you can get in a porn.
But I could see it as an erotic thriller series.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Sure.
Because I think it had those components in there. And if you were pulling it out into 12 episodes, I think you could still tell an in-depth story and get the visual to it. But it's not something I could see as a quick snapshot of a movie.
Right. No,
Too
let's
much
have an
detail.
HBO Max, Apple TV. Give me 8 to 12 episodes.
But I have to say, because I'm such a little baby, I was walking the dog and I have my earbuds in and I'm walking around and I'm like, okay, Xander's going to fuck Lily. All right, they're fucking. And I'm like, wait, who else is in the room? Wait, are they all in the room right now? Hold on. And then West is like, get over here, Xander. I'm going to fuck you while you're fucking our girl. And I was like, oh, like literally out loud. I was like, because I was just like, I hadn't really processed it. I was just like plowing through the book and not really thinking much about the like male contact that we were obviously going to get, but I just didn't think about it enough. And I was like, oh shit.
So yeah, we've got so much dynamic here of like male, female, male, female, male, female. We also have some other fascinating kink going on here. Ooh, primal play. How did we feel about the primal play?
I've never been a fan of primal play. I get the concept behind it. I gotta tell you, I think the scene was fucking hot. Completely written so well that the little hairs on my neck were standing up.
You got Xander and Lily playing prey. And you've got Zeke and West
hunting.
We had Wes and Xander just doing primal play.
Yeah.
Which, hot. I love their dynamic. I love it in and out of the bedroom. Zeke and Lily, whoa. That was almost too much for me, but it worked with the story. It worked for them. Again, knife play. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that for myself.
If it's for you, great.
Mhm.
Everything has to be done with safety, limitations, great conversation around it. It's not for me, but you know what? I can read it in that moment and be okay.
Yes, I like it in the story and I like it in the context of this story, and it worked.
It's just not my jam.
And it actually worked for furthering the plot
Mhm.
because of her background, his background. They ended up having like this really tender segment afterwards because of it.
Yeah.
They did, and Sadie drops in one of, I think, the most insightful, heavy statements right after that I actually wrote down. All of us have scars. Some of them are just on the inside.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that alludes to just how deep a lot of the trauma is that's seated with her.
Of course, I did the audiobook for this.
Mhm.
So this was a group cast. Each individual character had a different voice actor that was narrating for them.
How was it?
So it was good. I think it was really, really good. But sometimes when you have so many characters and you're listening to the audiobook, you really got to focus. Sadie did this thing where each of the male main characters had a separate, different nickname for Lily. That kinda
yes.
yeah. But believe it or not, doing that helped me identify if I wasn't giving 110% to the attention I needed to give, who was talking. So I wrote this down because you know me, I got a whole Gantt chart and a spreadsheet going on in my notes. Xander called Lily Shorty.
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 We'll get to you in a minute.
Yeah. West called Lily Princess. Yeah.
It's like a quiz.
And Zeke, because he had to be fucking different, had two nicknames for her. One before orgasm, the other after orgasm.
Oh my God, I didn't realize that.
So he started with calling her Buttercup. And then when he finally did sleep with her and they got close, he called her Baby Doll.
God.
I will say I do love a pet name.
Yeah,
I'm all about the baby. But maybe not these ones.
Okay.
Like these ones I don't think kind of speak to me. And I've had fucking fucked up pet names from my partners, which I won't even tell you. Like Shorty, Princess Buttercup, those are like not my jam. I don't care how gravelly your voice is. Those particular ones don't turn me on.
Okay.
So
Wow.
But you do like a pet name.
I do.
See, I don't know if I necessarily hate a pet name. But yeah, these ones, I immediately was like, oh, God, no. Like, at a certain point, I was like, am I going to have to DNF this book? Because I can't stand the fucking pet names.
That's a lot. That
I
is
know.
a fucking lot.
And that's when I decided I'm going to continue to read it. And I'm glad I did.
I had an amazing friend who made this beautiful, like, farro bean soup today. Okay. Who used a little too much rosemary in it. Was I supposed to throw the whole thing away because I was pulling out rosemary out of it? I mean, this is a fucking prime example of it. You fucker. I'm going to DNF the book because of the pet names.
Listen.
You are fucking something else.
Yeah, I am fucking something else.
Yeah, you are.
I like a good pet name. I didn't care about these ones because I'm like, they're not for me. They're for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
They work for their dynamic and like fit with each person.
Mhm.
Like West is super dominating. So it's his princess. And Zeke is so hard. So of course he picked super soft names. And Xander's just the bratty one. So of course he's going to be a little bit like, yeah, Shorty.
Yeah.
Each one fits for them. So it works for me.
But I liked that they didn't all have the same pet name for
Yes.
her. I think it was
yes.
a great differentiator. So that's why it was a color. They may have not been my favorite pet names, but it worked with the dynamic in there.
I think they did a great job finding voice actors who were different from each other enough, because I listened to this book in about 1,700,000 segments because I can't sit down and listen for one like huge chunk of time. So I was frequently having to like play, stop, pick it up. And after a couple of chapters, it was super easy for me to just pick it up and know exactly who was talking.
I'm going to have to give it a listen.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I will say one of the voices really bugged me at first because He sounded a lot like somebody else. I'm not even going to say it because I don't want anybody who knows this
You don't want to put it
actor.
in their brain.
I don't want to put it in your brain because it's going to ruin it forever. But
And it may no longer be sexy.
it will not be sexy. It took me a couple of sex scenes with this character to be like, okay, my brain has been overridden and I now find this character sexy again.
You might have ruined it for me. I got to give it some time.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry. I thought you were done reading the book. Did I ruin it backwards?
No, not
okay.
at all.
Okay.
No. I like to read it first and then I'll go listen to it. It's the opposite of movies. Movies, I have to watch the movie first and then I can go back to the book.
Oh.
Because I don't want anything to be ruined.
I have a question for you all. So, since we're talking about each of these male characters and how different they are,
Yes.
what sex scene for each of them did you find to be the hottest? Because they all had their own individual one-offs with Lily. So the one with Zeke where they're on the car and
Bathtub.
the bathtub?
Mm.
I thought he was on the car.
No, but there's a scene with the bathtub.
It was during aftercare and he gave her a hand job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
It's all about being taken care of after
Mm-hmm.
working hard.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sex scorecard just to give you an understanding because there was a lot of scenes that happened
Uh-huh.
with multiple partners. So I actually have a spreadsheet and a graph that
Wait.
outlines.
You have a spread sheet?
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's ridiculous.
Oh my. Basically, it outlines the chapter, who the participants were, and basically a synopsis of what happened in
Mhm.
very Joey speak,
God,
which
I
is
love you.
Let's go.
which is hilarious. So I'm going to start with Zeke and Lily.
Yeah.
So there is a sex scene that occurs in chapter 21 and 22, and it is their first sex scene together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually an extreme because I'm not into what happened, but the scene was fucking hot and
Yep.
well
Yep.
written. We had some blood play going on here
Oh, yeah.
also, where she was having her period and he went downtown.
And he says to her, I had to write this quote down. I know how periods work, Lily. Now go take your tampon out or I'll take it out with my teeth.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
There were some levels of extreme in there that,
Now, is it really that extreme or are we just so conditioned?
no, you know what it is? Extreme's probably not the right word. I will tell you, extremely intimate. When you
okay.
are having
Yes.
sex with a partner and you have your period, it is a very
Yes.
intimate thing, right? And depending on the level of comfortability that you have with them, it makes it even more intimate. So some of the things at one point in the scene, part of his aftercare, he inserted the tampon back into her.
Yep.
Now, was this an absolutely weird thing? No, for me, it was too intimate. I think even though I may bring all my walls down for a partner I've been with for a while, that is a level of intimacy that is just a little too much for me.
She said that too. She was like, oh my God, no, I can't possibly have you do that. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, she really put up a little bit of a fight.
And he was like,
I've literally put, like, myself inside your body. You're not going to let me do this. And she was like, no, come on, no.
he's
But
like,
then
I
he
literally,
did it.
my mouth, my fingers, and my cock have all been there.
Right.
So I think having the mouth there during that very intimate part, there has to be a really, really deep connection. You have to have that super comfort level to be able to relax, to have someone go down on you like that. I'm not there. And I have never been with anyone where I was that comfortable to let them put their face down there.
Yeah, I'm also
Yeah.
just like, clean your sheets. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
note on that, #messy
Yeah.
for that scene. But there was something about the intimacy of that, and that's why I enjoyed that scene.
I also enjoyed that, but also this might be a good point to bring up. Is she a squirter or just a gusher? There's lots of gushing.
There's gushing.
happening
Yeah.
in this book.
There's gushing. There wasn't a specific squirt.
I mean, they did not use the word squirt.
No.
But there was a lot about female ejaculation in this
Yes.
book.
Well, she was also stuffed
Soaking.
from every orifice that you could possibly imagine.
But no
So-
Eiffel Towering.
No.
What's
No.
What's an Eiffel Tower? Joey wants
Lex,
to dig
I'm
a hole in the
not-
ground.
Am I explaining?
Yes, you are, because I'm not doing it.
Okay, one in the vagina, one in the ass, and sucking somebody off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
there was
yeah,
none of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
Yeah.
actually was kind of pissed off towards the end. They did that. Or no, it was reverse cowgirl, but then I don't know how. I got a little lost during that last scene.
Hold on. So the epilogue, which was my favorite scene, I have a very crude drawing. So let me.
Oh, thank you.
I brought visual representation.
Thank you.
Okay.
Because that one, I had a really hard time
So
envisioning.
this was my favorite scene, and I listened to it 4 times. So
God.
we have Zeke.
Oh, my God.
Here's Zeke laying down.
Yep.
Lily is in between. Zeke's dick is in Lily's ass.
Yep.
Then we have Xander, who is in front of Lily,
Mm-hmm.
and his dick is in her vagina.
Yes.
We have West here, who is behind Xander and in his ass. And every time West, who is at the eastmost wing of the building here, pumps, he is moving Xander
Chain reaction.
into Lily.
It says bung and pussy.
The scene was so good. But I knew, like, you really have to have that great creative mind. So as the scene was reading out, I'm like, let me just plot them. And we clearly know I'm not an artist. So this is just, they're like stick figures. And Lily has the hair, she got the curls.
Oh, my
Right?
gosh.
So this is what happens in the epilogue. And let me tell you, I loved every second of the fucking epilogue. This is so good.
It was great, but hold on. So are we saying that Zeke is at like the end of a bed or something? So his legs
Zeke
are down.
is down. Zeke is laying down.
He's laying down, but like not flat, straight out.
No, I
His
think
legs
he's up
must
at an
be
angle.
Off the end
Yeah,
of
to
a
the
bed
back,
or
yes.
something.
Yeah.
And she's reversed on him.
Yes.
But how? So, see, this is where I'm like, so Xander has to get up and under her pretty good.
Well, no, she's straddling him, right? So it's a reverse cowgirl.
So she must be leaning back a good
She has to.
amount.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Zeke's dick is bent kind of
Yeah.
back.
And all Zeke is doing is kind of being back because he's getting the chain reaction of West all the way here, pushing everybody in. So he's just having a grand old time. So we have the two cookie ends here
It's good to be the stuffing
with
in
Zeke
the
and
middle.
West, and then we got Xander and Lily being the cream in the middle. I mean,
Wow.
it is just...
So, okay, yes, I did notice that. Thank you very much. That there was no Eiffel Towering, as you call it.
I don't think it's just me specifically who calls
No,
it.
I know.
No, it's an actual...
I
like,
know.
Yeah.
I know. See, now you learn something new every day, folks.
But
Okay.
this was better than the Eiffel Towering. The Eiffel Towering's been like
Yeah.
way done.
No,
Right?
I love, because this is like intimate for two.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was great.
It's
Okay.
superior. But you had asked about one-on-ones. You didn't ask about the
Well-
group. I love that. I give that an 11.
Yes, okay. Oh, okay.
Juke 'em.
Okay. All right. Okay, so that was Zeke. So what about Xander? Best scene with Xander.
I'm not seeing that Xander and Lily were solo at all.
Really?
Yeah, I can't think of it.
West and Lily, Xander and West and Lily, Zeke and
Because
Lily.
there's, Xander goes down on her, gets her all ready, then he fucks her while Wes fucks him. And then that's...
So Xander and Lily were together at one point. They're in West's office.
Yes.
West is on a meeting.
about that.
That's why you need this fucking spreadsheet.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I know. A lot
So-
happened.
Right. And I needed a recap in my notes.
So much happens. Get this book.
So that was super fun.
Yes, that was a lot of fun.
Especially the part where they were like, pretty sure the board just heard you fucking. Like,
Wes is trying to have this very serious meeting about this merger with the board. And then off camera, Xander and Lily are going at it.
two little brat.
Yeah, so I think
They're
Xander has
so-
Lily perched on the corner of the desk and he's going down on her.
I thought yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And she's moaning and West is putting his hand behind his computer
Mhm.
and he
To
at one point
hold her mouth shut.
to hold her mouth shut because she is moaning so heavily and
That-
he's like, I'm gonna get the two of you.
That was so hot.
Then Xander leaves after West gets on the call and then West and Lily are together.
That was hot. Okay, so what about West?
Well, West was in a lot.
Yes, he was in.
So West and Lily were the first ones. She comes to the house. That was okay.
that was okay.
It was okay. It was okay.
okay.
Oh, ooh. Chapter 16 had West and Lily with sex on the desk. So it had happened after the first night of the group. The next day, she comes in wearing just a T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
She can't figure out how to turn on the fancy shower. He comes in really fast, really furious. I think she gives him a blowjob at the same time. That was good. That was their first real, connection.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah, she sat on his lap for a moment and then got up and he was like, you can't come in here with no panties and not expect something. She's like, what would I not expect? And then boom, down on the desk. That was nice.
An honorable mention goes to chapter 31 with West and Xander with the primal play. When West caught Xander, it was pretty aggressive. It was painful.
Yeah.
No lube, very dry, but Xander knew that was going to happen.
And he wanted it.
Hot.
Yeah.
Hot, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I pulled out my Gold Star stickers and everybody got one. There wasn't a scene that didn't get a fucking Gold Star sticker up in here. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 sex scenes in this book.
Holy shit.
And they're all good.
They're all good.
They are.
And I got to say, all right, so we have talked a lot about the smut. There's actually a good story in here, too.
Yeah,
there is. There is.
It's not like some of the other books we read last season where I think there was one in particular we were like, story?
Is there a plot?
There was a story?
Is there a plot?
This was kind of like slice of life in the BDSM world. This actually has a story. And for those of you who would like a little bit of mafia, it's in there. Yeah.
It is.
It's a surprise mafia, and then it really gets heated. So the beginning of the book, you're getting the plotting of the story. Sex starts to happen at chapter 12, runs really solid all the way to 33. Then there's again a little bit of 40, but then it stops until chapter 52. You get your plot bunny, drag and drop in there, but it's so juicy.
Yeah.
I really think this storyline had good tooth, and I could see it.
And it needed to happen so that the ending makes sense and they ride off into the sunset together.
Yeah.
So that it just...
There's one component that I think we talk about drives me nuts. The miscommunication trope.
Oh.
So something big happens in this book. The guys think she's doing one thing because there's an ex-girlfriend who comes in. They're listening to the rumors and drama. Creates trouble. They never communicate with her. They never ask her about the whole situation. They assume something. And then they do the worst thing ever to her. I don't know if I was Lily, I would have bounced back how badly they treated her.
I think they make it like it was weeks and weeks and weeks and might have been a couple months before.
Yeah.
And it had to be a very extreme thing that got her back.
She kept telling them to go fuck off. Leave her alone.
In a really good way.
Yeah. She did a great job.
There was some good groveling that had to happen.
Yeah.
And even when she comes back, she's like, it's still not all fixed.
Right.
You guys fucked up. Here's how we're going to do it going forward.
Yeah.
Also, can we just talk about little sidebar here too? The adopting of fur babies.
Yeah. Snowball and Stella.
And the breaking of a puppy mill ring.
Yeah.
Nice little side story there.
That was nice.
How does that fit into this? You'll have to read the book to figure it out. But I was just like, yay.
Yeah, that was cute.
Oh my God, is it time for a refill?
Yeah, apparently. Oh my God.
By the way, Lexx, this was fucking delicious. Not only did you get me drunk with the booze, but I think I had a sugar high. That's why I've been talking this whole 60 minutes.
Yeah, you warmed me up. It's going to be 16 degrees tomorrow. So
Achievement unlocked.
Yeah.
Well, since they drink hot chocolate at the end, all
yeah,
cute and cozy,
there's
huddling. Fuck.
Yeah,
I was like, we have to have hot chocolate too. So,
but you really did it up.
I'm glad you liked it. I've decided to call this one the safe word.
Oh, I do love it when you invent cocktails for us. And I mean, not that this is super, crazy.
No, it's just a Mexican hot chocolate with a little tequila and some fluff. Because marshmallow is one of the nicknames.
It's so good.
It's her safe word.
If you want to make one of these, visit our website, the lustylibrarypodcast.com, for the recipe. So while I'm refilling, is it time?
Is it that time?
Let's do it.
Dun,
dun, dun, dun.
So, Joey, I think you brought this up. You even said it was controversial to enjoy the scene with Zeke so much, with a little bit of blood play. But it leads me to ask, we're really dishing it up here. Would you or would you not be fucking around on your period? Gotta know.
Oh, 100% yes.
Yeah.
If you're someone who has cramps, I think it is clinically proven that having vaginal sex or an orgasm while you are on your cycle reduces your period cramps.
Yeah.
Just like I said earlier, it's a level of intimacy. Have I done it with every partner? No. I think when I get to a point where it is okay with them and I'm comfortable with them, I have no problem doing it. It's not as easy as a quickie. Like, you got to prepare for something like that. And a lot of times having sex in the shower isn't great either because you're already drying up natural female lubrication. You got to do some work around that.
That's why you have shower lube.
Huh.
There
Okay.
you go.
All right.
It just lives in with all the other bottles. Nobody will ever know the difference.
Oh, I'm going to be a creeper next time.
You can look real hard in my shower. You won't find it, I promise you.
Because you take everything out of the manufacturer bottle and put it in a beautiful glass bottle.
Yeah.
I could be washing my hands with your lube for all I know if I accidentally pick up the wrong bottle at your house.
Oh,
that's
that's good. Funny. That's good. Oh, man, I almost want to make a joke about that next time you're over. Oh, my God.
I'm going to be like, tell me which one it is so I don't wash my hands with it.
My hands are so slippery.
This is really moisturizing. Hand soap.
I was just going to say, it's just important to always have a couple towels that are meant to look like shit.
Yeah.
They're not the fucking guest towels.
They're just the murder scene towels. Or just get really on board with shower sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both work.
Just like me.
And get yourself a bottle of shower lube.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yes. I'm also a yes.
Great.
Been there, done that. And same thing. That's what I'm saying. Just, when you're cycling out your towels and you're replacing them and putting new ones in place, keep us a couple aside for, all kinds of different activity.
I think, ladies, the key to all of this is if you've never done it before because you think it's gross or something, you never know if you don't ask, because I think you might be surprised by the answer from your partner 85% of the time. You never know if you don't try it. And yes, confirmed it does reduce cramping.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Very helpful.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when it's clinically proven to be good for you, how can you not?
Right?
It really is also just what's your comfort level, always.
Yeah.
Great question, Bird.
Yeah, well.
All right. I think it's time to rate this puppy.
This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
Because, I'm going to start with the romance, because to me, the romance usually leads to the smut. So, Miss Birdie, what do you say for romance? 1 to 5 roses.
I'm going to give this a 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
Huh. Okay.
I'm giving it a 4 because it was super romantic. They were very sweet with each other. They loved each other very much. Did I think it was ridiculous how quickly they said they loved each other and bam, 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 all 3 of them happened to say they loved her in the span of like 24 hours and she loved all 3 of them within the same amount of time? I was a little annoyed by that. But overall, I thought they were kind of sweet.
Yeah.
And the amount of shit they would do for her is kind of absurd and fun.
Yeah.
As much as sometimes it did make me roll my eyes. But it was cute. So yeah, a 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I initially wrote down a 4. And I think a lot of the component had to do with Lily and how open she was and how good she was at connecting with each guy individually.
Yes.
They were already a cohesive unit. She's the 4th that's coming in after, and she connected with each one of them in a different way, which then brought up the romance for me. So if Lily wasn't as open-minded and down for the things and such a multifaceted person herself, I'm not sure the romance would have been there. You know what I feel about insta-love? Does it make sense in this particular situation? We're talking an extreme here. Like if this were IRL and you would get into something like that, I think the emotions barrel real quick. You are all of a sudden living with a person. You're learning and living with them all at the same time. You're in a forced proximity. I think that amplifies emotions when you're spending that much time with the individual in such an extreme situation. So I'm at a 4.
Okay.
All right.
Lexx, what you got?
So it's interesting because for me, like one of the most romantic scenes for me wasn't, flowers or puppies or whatever. It's when she came home so fucking drunk
Yes.
that she couldn't
yes.
stand, and Wes scoops her up in his arms, and he's wearing that pristine, clean, custom tailored white button-down shirt. And she's like, I love you, Wes, and then vomits all over him.
Yep.
And then he hands her over to the other two. They get her cleaned up. They're holding back her hair. They're sitting with her with the toilet.
One's rubbing her back, the other holding in her hair.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
They take care of her.
I also loved their romance together when they were cooking in the kitchen.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
so cute. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Really
very romantic. So 4. It's real high 4.
Yeah.
The only reason why it doesn't get a 5 for me is because it is so like fantasy romance.
Exactly.
Real world romance will always push it over to the high mark for me, but a 4 is nothing to sniff at.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Very high marks. Yes.
So, which when you're in love and then there's smut. All right. How much is it going to rain, ladies? 1 to 5 raindrops. Joey, I'm looking at you.
Fucking 5. Are we serious? Let's refer back to my diagram of
She's
the
holding it up
epilogue.
again.
Okay. Beautiful.
Are you going to frame that?
This was the sexiest scene I have read in a very long time. I would have been Lily. Like, put me there. Let me just experience that. It was good. It was so well written. That's what I was waiting for. Happy, happy, joy, 5. This book was dirty and beautiful.
Oh, it's so good.
You just took a picture of my crude drawing?
I had to show my husband when I got home.
God.
I couldn't wait to tell him. How many rows did your spreadsheet have? 19? It's 19 scenes?
18.
Okay. 18, not including the header row. All right. Thank you very
Header
much.
rows not included.
Oh,
It's a 5, obviously. It's a 5. Like, this book opened me up to things I never thought I would find to be so hot. Not that I don't know. It was just hot. It was just hot.
So let me be clear on my spreadsheet. This is 18 written out sex scenes in the book. There were 3 instances in the book where it was implication that after that chapter had closed, that they had moved on to have sex. But it wasn't outlined in the book.
Oh,
so
my God.
I just want to make sure that, my data is clean and pristine for you.
Yes.
So 18 outlined, 3 implied, which would make it a total of presumptively 21.
Oh, my
wait.
fucking
So
God.
the 3 implied are the end of the chapter ones. How many of they just woke up?
It would be like they're rubbing up on each other. He grabs my ass, scene closes, and then it begins 3 days later.
Yeah.
So it was implied that warm-up then led them to sex.
Right.
Since it wasn't written out, it didn't make it as an actual data set on my spreadsheet.
Got it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you for the clarification.
We want to make sure we have
and
controls.
telling the story through the data. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for that clarification.
In case you needed any more evidence that we're a bunch of nerds, spreadsheets. I see you looking at me.
I can't wait to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. What am I going to give it, a 2?
Listen, you've done strange shit. Okay. Strange shit. I think you're going to fucking like trash something and you're like, well, it was a 5. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? So you could have a moment. Just confirm, please, with your actual score.
Confirm it's a 5.
Right.
It's a 5. There is gushing. There is water. There's deluges. It's there.
Great.
Noah, build a boat.
You know what makes sense? It's raining men. Yeah. No. Okay. Goodbye.
Oh my God.
All right. We got to be a little more serious. We're going to talk about the story. Looking for those storybooks. How many we got?
Serious.
Go ahead, Bird.
I am giving it a 3.5. It surprised me. There were plot points that I was definitely not expecting.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bit too much for me at times in its indulgence in every element. Like, it just went so hard. Like, everything was dialed to 11. But I definitely really enjoyed the story. And it was satisfying. It had a satisfying ending, even if it was a little bit indulgent at times. Yeah. So I enjoyed it. It was definitely fun to have something a little bit more toothy to sink into in the middle of the erotica. It made me definitely still feel like I was reading a book and not like, okay, all right. Like, it kept me interested the whole time. So,
nice.
Great job, Sadie.
So I'm going at a 3.5. And I will say there was a great like sourdough starter of a storyline that I thought was super, super compelling. Unfortunately, the dough didn't rise. She did a great job of balancing the two. There's really good quality sex in here. And then where the storyline was a big dump, which was fast, furious, and extreme. Would I have probably enjoyed 100 more pages to this book with a little bit more dynamic storyline sprinkled in, a little bit slower moving to really round it out? Yeah, I would have read that. I would have read another 100 pages of this book. But I completely get, for what this book was, it made sense. The story had a great beginning. The dough didn't rise. When my bread came out of the oven, it was slightly flat. Still tasted good.
I was about to say, but it still tasted good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just maybe didn't look necessarily the way I wanted my loaf to look.
Okay.
But I wasn't here for that. Still 3.5. Another 100 pages of just story. The sex was just right.
I am also a 3.5. The story's there, yeah, and it's good and it's compelling. I'm sort of in the same boat. Like, I wish it was even just a little more developed. She's got a very playful way that she writes that is a lot more beach novel for me. You know what I mean? Like, fun read.
Yeah.
And, it's obviously not a serious work of art. And we talked about the beginning of this. Leave your brain at the door. Just enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
And don't delve too much into little pieces here and there of like, how do you fake a death? And, you're not going to be pulling out the genealogy map of the mafia families. Yeah. But there's enough there that it gives you something to chew on as you go through. So 3.5 for me. I feel like I'm you today, Birdie. With your call-outs of like, I'd give it a little higher score if it just didn't say the word pillow lip one more time. Biting on the pillowed lip, the thick lip, the bottom lip. Sadie, you got a thing about lips, girl. You're not even talking about the ones down there. It's just everybody's biting their lip.
For me, I would like an indication of ready to fuck more than just beads of pre-cum.
So I'd like an alternate, please.
Eyes dilated, dewy skin, heaving breath.
Super hard cock. I don't know. Could be literally anything.
All right.
Yeah. But the breathing, the heart rate.
Heart rate's a good one.
Like
pulse.
Yeah.
So seeing a lot of times the people got the veins where you can see the pulse.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's a million different ways you can go with it.
Yeah.
It didn't drive me absolutely insane, but it was just used a lot. It was used enough for me to be like, okay, let's come up with something else.
Let's be realistic here. We outlined 18 scenes with 3 dicks in it. First scene If you do the math, 24 carry the 3, that is 54 dicks at any given point throughout this book. So, I mean, if you did a percentage and it was listed 10 times in the book, that is a 10% ratio of the pre-cum on the tip of the... My math is completely wrong because...
That's actually a great point.
Right.
And I will say, if that's the only thing that you got me to bitch and moan about is that one little statement.
Yeah.
Let me be clear. Sadie did an absolutely phenomenal job describing all of these scenes in a way that was
unique,
very smooth, unique for each of the 18 very varied scenes. They were described really clearly. The only one that I was a little bit confused about was that last one, and it was probably because I was listening to it at like 2x. Because I had to finish it.
How dare you
I know.
the best scene in fucking...
Go back and listen to it again.
I didn't think when I had...
slowed it down to a 0.75, baby.
I didn't think when I had 2.3 minutes left in the book that she could possibly squeeze in another fucking scene. But no, she did.
Yeah.
And it was really good. And I was like, fuck, hold on here. Oh my God. I was literally like screaming in the car. I'm going to listen to it again slower, actually. Yeah.
Slow it down,
It was
baby,
good.
slow it down.
Well, this is a good time for me to ask. So, what's your full score for the book?
My full score for the book, 3.75.
Okay.
I thought it was super fun. And anybody that is looking for an erotica that is way more interesting than most, like, absolutely read this. And super inventive. I really liked it. So.
Guess what? I second exactly what you say.
Wow.
At a 3.75. The spice was the leader of this book.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
This book was hot. For me, the storyline had tooth to it. It's all about what my preference is, right? My preference is a really compelling storyline. It doesn't have the humor that I'm generally drawn to, but there was so many good things in this book. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Just my number is at 3.75. Good book. Fun read.
Yeah.
Fun read.
Fun read.
If I'm really feeling dry, I'll just go back and listen to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Feeling dry.
Oh.
What about you, Lexx?
I'm going to be a 4.
Nice.
Well,
Reverse harem is
It's-
all your thing.
it's all my thing. You know I'm going to be high on these books because it's just my jam.
Yeah.
So I get to do that. It's my score.
Yeah. It was good, It was good reverse harem.
Oh, you know what? And I say this with love, Sadie. I really, really do. For the trashy novel that it is.
I don't think it's trashy. This is what I'm finding funny. I've read erotica that have no fucking storyline. Very, very thin. This actually had development in the story. I would put it as a moderate to what I usually enjoy. Did it hit the marks of my bang-a-bang, gave you a 5? No. It wasn't a trashy novel, though, at all. I think it had more than that.
I will say, all right, more of a Candy Crunch novel.
Yes.
You know, it's like that guilty
Yeah.
pleasure, like sometimes you don't want a custom-made cake from the bakery that is so rich and decadent. You want a fucking Hostess cupcake.
This is a fucking Costco sheet cake, baby.
Good quality.
Right?
Lots of it.
And let's lick all that frosting off.
I think that's part of what we're trying to do here, though, is break people of that feeling of guilt and shame reading some of these books. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel ashamed.
No.
Just recognize that there's a time and place for every kind of book.
100%. It's
And-
like, did you have fun? Was it entertaining? Woo!
Yeah, exactly. So as much as I do understand where you're coming from with like guilty pleasure, I was like, well, but hold on, because this is me projecting. This is me.
Mm-hmm.
I am telling myself that it's okay to read these things
Yeah.
constantly right now. And I've finally come to terms with the fact and talking to people in real life outside of the podcast about it, where I was like, I never in a million years would have thought that I would read these books and have so much fun and be so entertained because I was just too fucking stuffed up for it.
Yeah.
You know what?
Get over it.
And that's what it is. Listen, I'm smart. I am a businesswoman.
Exactly.
I think I'm pretty cultured all the way down to documentaries. I know politics, political dramas. I know a bit about religion. I know a little bit about everything. But I love a dirty book. That is just something I enjoy. There is nothing wrong with it. It doesn't make me uneducated. It doesn't make me an individual who doesn't have common sense in their head. You may like a comedy movie. I just like a dirty book. What the fuck is wrong with that?
Exactly.
Absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
It is fun. It is a wild ride. And I don't solely just read romance novels. That's just what's on my Goodreads, right?
Yeah.
I've read sci-fi. I've read normal fantasy that doesn't have one lick of fucking sex in it. I've read political books, believe it or not.
Oh, my.
I know, right? Because I fell down the political rabbit hole.
Oh, I got a book for you, actually.
I probably read it.
When both you and my mom were talking about books you read on NPR, I was like, what?
Wait a minute. Yeah. But my default cotton candy, what I freebase is a romance novel. Dirtier, great plot line. It's just a lot of fucking fun. That's it. Nothing wrong with that.
And that's what we do here.
Yep.
I love that you're changing your outlook on it, though. Like every episode that we do, every feedback you give on a book, every time you fucking text me and you're like, jam this book. To me, it's a silent win because there are a lot of people that are judgmental fucking bitches. Well, I don't want to call people fucking bitches. Close-minded individuals that have never really stepped foot in the genre and seen some of this great writing who judge it.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? You can't judge a book by its cover, baby. Deep down inside.
Yeah.
Go deep.
Can't judge a book by its penis count.
We do all the time.
Yeah.
Listeners, thanks for being here. And we would love to hear what you think. So do us a favor, jump on our social medias, leave some comments because we want to hear how you feel about what we were just talking about. Because we'll sit up here on our soapboxes all we want, but we want to know, how is it changing for you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right, my lovelies. It looks like the cups are now dry. It is time. Thanks for listening. Follow us and subscribe on, let's see, what do we got these days?
Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
YouTube. We're everywhere. Go find us everywhere. But what we would really, really love and would make our day is hop on one of those platforms and leave us a comment. We want to hear from you. Leave us a review. We want to know how we're doing. Why? Because we have a praise kink. Give it to us. Stop laughing at me.
And if you enjoy our content, by leaving us a rating, it lets other people know that they should download our episode so that they can enjoy it too.
Let's spread the joy.
Not like an STD. Joy. Just joy, people.
So listen, like, subscribe, follow. We are so happy to have you here. Thanks so much. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.